Alright, so I'm printing my 3D printed kettlebell handle here on not only my K1, but also on my K1 Max here. It's a double-sided product, since it's a round handle, so I split it in half. And there are pins to go through these holes. I don't have to use all those holes. I can use 2 of the holes, or I can use 30 of the holes, depending on my taste and how well it adheres, and pretty much minimal extra cost. That line back there is the pins, and that ring, I hope that ring adheres. This is actually just PLA. Both of these are PLA. Ooh, that's lifting a little bit. I don't like the look of that. I'm not sure what the deal is there. Hopefully it recovers. That's just support anyway, right there. But so this half will be PLA in olive green, and the other half will be PLA in this yellow. And what else? Yeah, so I originally designed with the intent of it being nylon, and I was printing some nylon on here, and had a couple failures, mostly my own fault, and I decided to do a test print with PLA instead until I remember how to print again. It's been a little while. Haven't been printing much lately. Oh, you see Benchy? I think it looks good on that glass top. It looks like it's in the water. But yeah, so a couple observations since I'm new to the K1 Max here. The Bowden tube is a little bit annoying, and the filament on the back is a little bit annoying because I don't have access from the back, but it's just quirky. And now that I've wrestled with it a little bit, I figured out what the issues are and working my way around it and getting used to it again. And like I said, I hadn't printed much lately, so even the K1 thwarted me a couple times, but pretty much my own errors. I actually had a couple of spools of filament tangle, and that is I'm a full believer that is always user malfunction, so likely my own fault, and I can't blame Creality for me letting my filaments loose and tangle. I tend to think I have a good procedure for it, but I guess I get a little bit lax sometimes because I had a couple of them recently tangled. So always be diligent. Make sure you don't tangle your filaments. And it's not the filament manufacturer's fault. It's machine wound. If they tangle, it's because you let it go and it snuck in there. And I'll probably get some hate comments saying that these people, from the people that never make mistakes and believe everything they think, and hope for their own sake they figure out eventually don't believe everything you think. But overall, the K1 Max is a very impressive machine. Seems to really move really quickly. I almost want to say it moves quicker than the K1, but maybe not, because now look at the K1 is scooting around pretty good here. Creality K1. And so a little more about my setup. I need a shelf like that, so I have that shelf over there. I can put the camera up on it. I don't know, I misplaced my other camera phone at the moment. And so I'd like that little stool there. I want to get another one for over here somehow. And this is a foam insulated board, insulated foam board, foil-backed foam board. Cube, so even the floor on the tabletop, on the workbench here, I have a layer of the foam, and I have a layer of the foam board on the back, and I have a layer of the foam board on the ceiling and on the walls, and this divider was full width, and I had it so I could have the divider, so I'd have 2 cubes for 2 printers. But I was thinking I actually sort of have room. I could also have my Ender 3 S1 Pro in here if I ever use it again. Not much need for it with these 2 beasts, but either way, I wanted to open that wall some so that I can use one heater to heat the space. It does get cold here in the winter. Like right now, it's actually a little bit warm. It's probably in the mid 30s. Fahrenheit, and it'll get as low as, you know, -5, -10 maybe once a year here. Although we do get a lot of warmer days even in January and February. You know, up in the even in the 50s. You get a week where it's warm and you get a week where it's freezing cold. But the important thing is that when it is freezing cold, I can close this. I can close these up. So I have this door here, basically another panel acting as a front door. So I can close it in. Now it's not a perfect seal, but it doesn't need to be. Actually, I've found that if I seal it too well, it just gets too hot in there, and I get other problems. Like I'm trying to think what problems I had, but actually, I think with the with the S1 Pro, I was getting heat creep issues if I had it sealed too well, and it would end up clogging because the hot end would get too hot. I think it boils down to on the S1 Pro, it has all metal hot end, and so if you're using PLA with all metal hot end and not good enough hot end cold end cooling, you can get heat creep, and then your filament gets soft in the cold end and jams because it expands and it can't fit. So that's why I don't like to close the front covers all the way. But so I have two panels here, and so I can pull this one out to act as the other front door. And so if it gets really cold, then I can just have these like so. So I can do this one-handed here. I'm fighting with this. I have this light on a little boom here. So if I get this panel in here, and yeah, so now you can see it's not the cleanest setup, but very functional. Plenty of ventilation. Not hermetically sealed. Pretty janky looking, but highly effective. Right? So I guess I'm just going to leave it like that because they're both printing. Although I do want to see, this one is scaring me a little bit with this. It's being goofy on the K1. The support material lifted up a little bit. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I'd like to see it go over that one more time, but I really have to hit the road too. I gotta do some groceries. I'd like to see that go over that and not fail. I'm gonna say it's not gonna fail. I'm gonna cross my fingers and say it's not gonna fail. So I'm just gonna cover this up and stay tuned for more dual and K1 action. K1 versus K1 Max.